Boker Tov. We're continuing in Megilat Esther. We'll do a little bit of catch up. We didn't have a few days. So Perek Dalid Pasuk Yud Gimel. We're at this point where Mordechai asks Esther to go into Achashverosh and plead to get rid of this edict that Haman wants to kill Bnei Israel. And Esther says, it's going to be dangerous for me. I haven't been called in for 30 days, and if you go unexpected to the king, he's going to kill you. Unless he grants you his scepter, he's going to kill you. And it's a death sentence for me. I'm not going in, says Esther. And now Mordechai answers back. Vayomer Mordechai le'ashiv el Esther, says Mordechai to answer Esther, Al tedami benafshech, don't think about your soul, li'malet bet hamelech mikol haYehudim, to hide in the king's palace from all the Jews. Rashi explains what this means is that you, Esther, are in a case of a safek, meaning if you're going to go in, you might get killed, you might not get killed. But as a Jew, you should be getting killed. You're also a Jew, don't forget. And don't hide on the day of that death. If that day is going to come, don't hide in the palace of the king and pretend you're not a Jew. And says the Gaon of Vilna that he explained to her that don't try hiding, meaning there is a mitzvah. We know that a person is supposed to do all 613 mitzvot. Sometimes there's life and death situations. There's Yihareg ve'yavor. A person comes and says, I'm going to kill you, but if you kill this person, then I'm going to save your life. So that's one of the 3 cardinal sins that you have to take your life for. So I'm sorry, I can't kill anyone, and then you have to take the hit. Says Mordechai, you are in a case right now of Yihareg ve'yavor. Because if you don't do this, Bnei Israel is going to die. You have to go in. You're obligated to go in. And the next pasuk, famous pasuk, and we say this one out loud, Mordechai tells Esther, Ki macharesh tacharishi ba'et hazot, if you're going to be quiet at this time, revach ve'atzala yamod ha'yehudim makom acher, ve'at ubet avich tovedu. If you're going to be quiet at this time, let me let you know something. Bnei Israel is going to be saved. They're going to be saved from somewhere. Hashem always is going to save Bnei Israel. As we know, Kol Dovar Dor Omdim Alinu Chalotenu, in every generation they come to get rid of us. Hashem saves us. He says, Hashem's going to save the Jewish nation. And it's going to come from somewhere else. But you're going to be destroyed. You, Esther, and your father's home, not sure the connection to the father's home right here, but you, I think in your whole legacy, are going to be destroyed. We'll explain why destroyed. Who knows that for this reason you became queen. Maybe Hashem brought you here to be the queen in order to save the Jewish nation. What does it mean that you are going to be destroyed? If you don't save the Jews, you won't save the Jews. And you'll hide in the palace. And so it says the Gaon of Vilna, and he brings a pasuk in Mishle, that if a person doesn't save someone's life, if a person has the ability to save someone's life, and he doesn't save that person's life, now, if you're going to put yourself in danger, then and you are in doubt that you might die as well, you don't have to save that person's life. If you're in doubt that you might die. But if you could save someone's life, and if I do this, I won't die by going in, or I won't even safek of dying. But I could save this person's life. And you don't, the Gaon of Vilna brings from a pasuk in Mishle, not only are you not going to get reward, meaning I have an opportunity to do mitzvah to save this guy's life, but I don't. Okay, so I won't get the reward. No. If you didn't save someone's life, it's like you killed him, and you also have a death penalty, so to speak, on your head as well. And he says, all the more so you, Esther, you're a queen, and if you don't save them, you are for sure gonna get gone. But they're gonna be saved. Who knows that for this reason, that's why you got to be the queen. Rashi explains this part of the pasuk a little bit different. He says, you're going to wait, because remember, this happened it was Pesach time, when it was the 13th of Nisan, when Haman pulled the lottery, and the judgment was in Adar. So the 13th of Nisan, and right there, that's when Mordechai starts screaming, and he starts telling Esther, we got to go in, we got to speak to Hashvash. Right away, he didn't delay. She might said, okay, well, you know what, let's wait. We have till Adar. Let me go in a little bit later. Says Rashi, the way he explains it, who knows that at this time, like this, who knows? Achashverosh, he killed Vashti in a moment. Maybe by now, in a few months from now, you might not be queen anymore. You might not be in favor in his eyes. Right now, he loves you. He finds favor in your eyes. So go right now. Vatomer Esther la'ashiva Mordechai. Esther answers Mordechai the following. She gets convinced. Lech, go, kenoset kol haYehudim hanimtzeim b'Shushan. Go and gather all the Jews that are in Shushan. And this is also a metaphor to Achdut. Gather all of them. There was an issue that Bnei Israel were not. There was mefuzar meforad when Haman tells Achashverosh, let's kill the Jews. They're separated, meaning there was separation among the Jews as well. She tells Mordechai, make sure that there's ahava ve'achva, there's love among the Jews. Just gather all the Jews hanim tzaim b'Shushan that are in Shushan, v'tzumu alai, and fast for me. And only the ones in Shushan, because you can't. It's too quick to spread the message to the Jews worldwide. So at least the ones in the city of Shushan, they should fast for me. Ve'al, because I want to go into the king. Ve'al tochlu ve'al tishtu, a fast of no drinking and no eating. 3 days, night and day, 3 days straight. And don't worry, me and my lady servants are going to fast like this as well. And then I'll come into the king. Against the law, I want to come into the king, because the law is I can't come in or else he's going to kill me. And if I get lost, I get lost. And if I die, I die. She's ready to go in. She gets convinced. Rashi explains, Asher lo kedat, not like the law, going against the law. Here as well, he brings from the Midrash that until this point, Esther, she's a tzaddiket. She was always taken to Achashverosh as a husband and wife. She was forced. She was always forced. She never had any will. Now she said, I'm going in. That means I'm going in willingly to Achashverosh. And going in willingly, asher avarti. If I'm going to get lost, I'm going to get lost. That's what it means. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. But here it says the word avarti twice. I'm going to get lost twice. Meaning one is, if I die, I die. And number two, the second loss is, I'm going to be lost from you, Mordechai, because there's an explanation that they were husband and wife. And now that she's going in willingly to Achashverosh, then that's it. She slept willingly with a man. She can't go back to her husband. She said, I'm willing to go all the way now for Bnei Israel. And the last pasuk of the Perek, the fourth Perek, Vaya'avor Mordechai, Vayas kechol asher tziveta alav Esther. And Mordechai, the word Vaya'avor means Avera, he passed. What does it mean? He passed, or he did everything that she said. It says Rashi, you remember in the dates we said, this happened on the 13th of Nisan. The next day is the 14th of Nisan, Erev Pesach. And he goes to Esther and has this conversation. He's screaming in the street. She said, okay, fast. What's that? What's the fast? It's Pesach. Tonight's Pesach. And Vaya'avor Mordechai. Mordechai, he violated Pesach. They violated Pesach that year. They did not eat matzah. They did not eat maror. They fasted. It was the first 3 days. It was the first 3 days of Pesach. That's when this fast happened. And the Midrash says, what gave Mordechai the ability to do such a thing? So he says, number one is there was a technical thing. And now that a queen commanded it, because remember they were always talking through a middleman. The queen commanded it. They have to listen to the queen or else they'll die, technically according to the law. But also they said, if they're going to miss out on Pesach. If there's no Jews, there's no Pesach. I mean, the whole thing was to kill the Jews. They have to do what they can to save the Jews. If it requires fasting for Esther, that's what she commanded. So we could pray for her before she goes in. Then we have to fast, because if there's no Jews, there's no Pesach anyways. So that's what they did, and they fasted for 3 days over Pesach. Unbelievable. And then Bezrat Hashem, we'll see the start of the fifth parak. Bezrat Hashem next time. What happens next in this unbelievable history? Yes.
Esther, the Midrash says she was the seventh Neviah.
Okay.
Where is her prophecy?
Is her prophecy? Okay, we'll discuss that. I'm not sure what you're referring to for the Neviah. Okay, we'll discuss. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chanania ben Akasha ורצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את זפיך חיבר להם תורה שנאמר אדוני חפץ בן צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר.